Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Chargers. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red.
Right out of the gates, Lance going to the air. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
31-yard line.
Ready. Red, 38, striker, 3-3. Ready.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
At the 39-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Lance. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
33. Hey, red. Yellow, go. Set.
The Lance going to throw. That one complete to McConkey. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out and short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 87. Listen.
Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Here we go. Two jab.
Here's Wentz to throw. A dump off for Mason. It's going to be a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. See what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now Wentz. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sidelines is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 60 red. 60 red. Ready?
Throwing now is Lance. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0.
Vikings, nothing. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. Addison hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem? When they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs. That'll get...
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Red, 38. Ready.
They'll work inside here. Hampton. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Amarian Hampton, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try now from Dicker. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Vikings nothing. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Mason going to get it on 1st down. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
To throw is Wentz. Open man, that's Felton. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
45, white. .52 blaster. Ready?
Off of play action, here's Lance. Rolling to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
To throw, it's Lance. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. You look at this defense for the Vikings. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Ready. 33, green jack.
And Lance now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. The Chargers at 0-7, winless to start the year. And they come in wondering what on earth is going on here.
And, Brandon, I reflect back to one time we had one of those deep philosophical talks about getting up every day and going to work and the whole deal. Can you imagine what it's like for this team? Every morning they wake up. They haven't won a game yet. How do they figure their way out of this one? How do they play well enough to get at least one win before this season is over?
Ready, break. Check, smash. Here we go, set. Black, 95. Ready, go.
On first down, it's Hampton. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3.
Down. Red, 38. Hut.
A run once more with Hampton. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Set, ready. Black 40. Check, hut.
Lance looking to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
22. Ready.
A first carry for Najee Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Set. 52 blue. Drill green. Ready.
Here's Lance to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Ready.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. Third and long.
Yellow, 43. Hey, red. Set.
Here's Lance. Open man right side. That's McConkey. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Here we go.
They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And Wentz is intercepted yet again. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
60 red.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
45, white.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance steps away to his left. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, we know Lance can run it. He shows you there. Nice play, 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's Romarian Hampton out of the backfield. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Romarian Hampton, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers are able to widen their advantage. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything.
He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for
So
the
after the
Chargers.
touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And right side, they're going to go option here. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. But I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Go. Waiting.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. What's this up?
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
Now, I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Back man. Waiting. Shorty. Wait, son.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. His throw incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Go.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you.
And his throw here is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
From 21 yards away. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in a second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Wentz going to look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Ready, break.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set, go.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Ready. Ready. 33.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Wentz now to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
52 blue, black shot. You gotta thump this out. Ready.
Now a play fake. Lance. Short throw to Disley. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Lance. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Down. Black 40. Red, cycle.
Shotgun now for Lance. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Ready?
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
At the 12-yard line.
Set.
Ready. Hut, hut.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. Fighting through. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. 50, green, 10 cycles. 10.
The Lance going to throw. Pass out left finds Johnston. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Come on, set. 33, yellow. Blue striker. Second.
Throwing now is Lance. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
They're on 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Sunday! Go. 120! Hey, we're 5-2, on here. What's your son?
To throw, it's Wentz. Open man, that's Fulton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Throwing is Wentz. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
Touchdown.
From 19 yards away. And the Vikings are back within a score. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. They'll try and throw for it. Complete at the 1. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points.
23.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Ready.
They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down and a yard.
Ready. 45, wide. Hut.
Again, it's Hampton. And some space here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 82 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Yellow, 43. Set.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That play ended for a net loss thanks to Javon Hargrave. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Down. Red, 38.
Lance now to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
50, green.
Working from the gun, Lance. He gets this to Hampton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And he's got his man on the out route. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Let's go. Blue, 32. Red, yellow. Ready.
To throw, it's Lance. Touchdown! Tyler Conklin from 3 yards out. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because You have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one. And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Waiting.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Wentz.
And he gets it to Addison.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Aaron Jones, 27 yards. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
The Vikings will line up.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
The score, Chargers 34, Vikings 29. Dicker to kick off for
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Ready. Red 38. I got him, baby. Set, cut.
On the ground, this is Hampton.
And he'll be brought down right at the 35-yard line.
90 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Black 40. Set, go.
On the give, this is Hampton.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here we go. Set. Blue 32. Smash. Red. Ready.
Lance looking to throw it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 11.
Here's Lance. That is caught.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Ladd McConkey
With his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Chargers might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Well, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
To throw is Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
74.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Shotgun now for Wentz.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
T.J. Hawkinson
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Chargers 41, Vikings 35. Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Red 50, green.
Here's Lance to throw it. Short throw to Disley. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Come on, set. 10 black.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Lance looking to throw.
Eluding the pressure right.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Red, 38, ready.
A run. Here's Hampton.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Chargers 48, Vikings 35. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Wentz.
Completes this to Jefferson. And he'll have a first down to the 45, but the tackle comes inbounds.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Here's 1st down.
5-7. Here we go. 5-9.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Denzel Perryman with a sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Now Wentz. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 35.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Chargers, they finally taste victory for the first time after 7 straight defeats. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.